Hey, Trevor here. Gonna do a little overview on the RunCam Split, graciously provided by RunCam for FPV GTA North. Well, here she is all hooked up and decided to wire it up. So I'll explain a little bit about what you got here, and then I'll talk a little bit about the hardware and software. So, everybody knows about the RunCam 3, how it got discontinued. Well, I assume this is the chip that sits inside it. And the Wi-Fi module is connected on the back. If you're wondering how that's connected, there's a nice little picture telling you to make the SD card go up and then plug it in like that. Just wire it up to 5 volts. You could probably do it right out of your VTX. My VTX only supplies it's 7 to 24 volts, so I'd have to hook it up to the 12 volt there. I got it set to channel 8. I've played with it through my goggles, and image quality is actually quite great. I like it. A little bit of a fisheye look to it, but that's not too bad. Here I got some Wi-Fi hooked up there. Do kind of a latency test for you, so that you can see, because everybody's worried about the latency. Well, it actually only acts as an HD camera for recording, and you don't see HD through your in your goggles. It doesn't put a live feed. You might be able to hook it up through the USB that's on the side and wire it up kind of like a traditional competitor brand and have it, but then you will be fighting against the latency, which I don't think anybody wants. They just want a lighter frame, lighter electronics, and fly faster, obviously. So here's like a little bit of a latency test. It gives you an idea. It is a little bit lagging. It's a little bit. Plus, running it through the Wi-Fi onto the tablet, that's probably going to cause a little bit of latency too. But if you did run it as your FPV camera, I've seen some videos on YouTube, and it wasn't too bad. You wouldn't want to go racing really close or doing crazy proximity, but to have a nice little flight and get some scenery while still going pretty fast is good. So to control the RunCam Split, there's 2 buttons on the top after you hook it up to your 5 volt source. The middle button is your power button and select button. The outside button is your Wi-Fi and mode switches. So if you hold down the button on the end, green light should have went on, but I think because I'm in Wi-Fi mode, so if you hold both switches down at the same time, it'll turn it off. It's like a automatic turn off kind of thing. Press the middle button to turn it on. So it turns on. I have it set to automatically start recording, so by pressing the button again, it'll turn the recording off. It didn't work. So now it's turned the recording off. If I hold the outside button, green is for video, so you can shoot with still wide dynamic range, I believe, in 1080p. Nice images. Hold it down again, it went to Wi-Fi. Turn that off. So if you hold it down, it goes green. It should be going into video mode. Okay, let's do the reset again. Sorry about that. I don't review too much, but I try and give the best information and try not to edit and cut because it's got to be real. So I'll turn off the video recording. I'll go into photo mode. Is green. Then you can go and hold it again. It goes orange. Now you're in OSD. So through your goggles, you'll see a screen pop up. The center button is for your enter, and then back and to functions and stuff. To switch is your Wi-Fi button, which is on this side. And you can change like wide dynamic range, 1080p at 60 feet, 1080p at 30 feet per second. You do need an SD card to get the OSD to actually work because it needs to put the settings on. I've included my SD card inside here. I'm going to turn the RunCam off because it is draining this poor 3-cell that I have. And this VTX, it's one of those budget brands, and it's heating up like a monkey because I've direct soldered my own SMA on there, and it's pretty hairy looking too. So I'll unplug it and I'll explain a little bit more here. Alright, so you got a 14:3 camera. It actually has a nice little fisheye looking lens on it, which looks cool. Form factor is about the same size as a Swift Mini. You get a couple different kinds of ways to mount it. I guess this is your traditional RunCam Swift mount, and then inside the bag you have your standoffs to mount your RunCam Swift to your power distribution board. I don't know if you would you'd probably want to put it on the top of your stack because it does kind of heat up quite a bit, kind of like the RunCam 3, except now the heat can be dissipated throughout your frame. Maybe come up with a TPU mount to go around your frame to protect your stack, because you don't want grass and debris and water and whatever unless you're coating your electronics. I've never used one of these cords before, but I assume it's to run your camera off, run the actual HD footage out of the camera into your analog goggles. And here's the other mount. I think this is actually the traditional mount that you would put on there. Something like a ZMR 250 would have in there to hold the camera down because of the mounting hole on the bottom. And it comes with convenient instructions. I'd assume or assure people that you might just want to look at reviews online if you want any information. It talks about different ways to set it up, how to get your audio. There's also a audio capture, like there's a microphone in there, so it will capture the audio as you're flying around. To the quality, I don't know yet, but I will be able to provide that with you soon in another little bit of a review. Go online to Google Play and get your RunCam app, and it's pretty straightforward. You can get a lot more information inside the app too to run your RunCam Split. I still like my RunCam 3, but it's interesting to run the Split inside a stack, have the HD quality footage, but not have the problems of damaging a large screen or sensitive electronics inside of the actual housing. I hope this helps everybody out a little bit. I hope I was quick enough. And check it out. FPV GTA North, FPV Canada, bigger, stronger together. And thanks to RunCam for hooking us up with a Split. Stay tuned to our July 15th race upcoming, where we'll be giving away a RunCam Split as one of the prizes. Have a good day. Subscribe on. Go Drone 2017.